Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for being here. Or good morning, not good afternoon. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Rockford investigation. You all know is a critical issue for this department and for this community. With me is Chief Gay, Assistant or Commander Deaton, and some of our lieutenants over here, Thomas, and from the Organized Crime Division. Last week, the department made a decision to move our investigation into the Rockford series of incidents that's been occurring in this community now for way too long to the Organized Crime Division. We did so out of two reasons. Number one, we want to make sure that we have one unit with a multiple capabilities and a myriad of assets to be able to work on this case, on these cases. Let me just first off start by saying that we consider each of these incidents that are fast approaching 100 to be absolute attempts to murder and seriously injure members of our community, and we are not going to rest until we bring this person or persons to justice. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that we will catch this individual or individuals. There's no doubt in my mind that when we catch them, we are going to do everything within our power, within the law, to charge them with the most serious crimes possible, and to make sure that for the three individuals that have already been seriously injured, one with life-altering, lifelong injuries that have completely destroyed an individual's quality of life, we're going to make sure that we bring justice to those families. But our hope today is to enlist the community's help in number one, helping us prevent these incidents by utilizing some strategies to make it difficult for the suspect or suspects, and number two, to make sure that they realize that ultimately they are the eyes and ears of this community, of this police department, and they are our greatest force multiplier. So we'll be talking about some strategies there. First and foremost, realize that despite what people may think, our department has taken this series of incidents very seriously for months and months and months, and for a long time. We have dedicated thousands of hours of personnel, investigation, and resources into this matter, and we are not going to rest until, again, we bring this person or persons to justice. We are going to, moving forward, continue to work very closely with our federal partners, including the FBI and other federal agencies, the state, the Department of Public Safety, and other state agencies, and our regional partners at the county and municipal level as we continue moving forward. I really thank the Texas Department of Transportation. You will start noticing that there are signs that are being utilized now. The changeable message signs that TxDOT has in this region, warning drivers about the rock throwing to create situational awareness. Situational awareness, especially in a city such as Austin, that is a destination city not just for this region, not just for the state, for this nation, is really important because we want to keep people safe. So I really, really want to thank TxDOT for their partnership and for their willingness to work with the Austin Police Department to use those signs to keep people safe. I also want to thank the city's Department of Transportation for being a great partner, and I want to thank all of our partners. We are leveraging technology. I'm not going to talk about what technology we're going to leverage, but we're going to leverage every technology available to us to capture this individual or individuals. To the people that keep sending emails to us, I want to say thank you. Quite frankly, you know, we appreciate you sharing your thoughts with us, potential strategies with us, but know that to date, no one sent us anything that we aren't already doing. We're not only doing the things that people are suggesting, but we're doing more than they have even thought of, and I'm really proud of that fact. Immediately is creating flyers to share with local businesses to, again, to really enlist the help of our community, both people that are living here, working here, and visiting here, to create situational awareness for everybody in the city. We are business people to be passing out and to share with our community, including stickers in the car, reminding people we have a $25,000 reward thanks to the generosity of the and several other folks that remain. We have a $25,000 reward as of today for any information to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons we believe we can prove that is responsible for the majority of these incidents. We will also be utilizing social media extensively. Every platform that we use as a police department, Twitter or Facebook or Nextdoor or Periscope or any other social media platform we will be utilizing to provide tips, including our own app on iPhone and other phones. We want to thank the community for the tips that we've been receiving, for the suggestions, for the emails that have been provided to us, but more importantly, for the seriousness in which members of this community. Somebody will die. There is no doubt in my mind that the individuals that are conducting these and committing these crimes are intent on killing somebody. Somebody will die. And I want you to know that you're on notice, that you are engaging in behavior that is deadly, it is deadly conduct, and the consequences when we catch you, which we will catch you, will be for trying to kill members of this community. If you're traveling along the I-35 corridor or any area on these high-speed roadways here in Austin, it's important to be very aware of your surroundings. Do not be distracted. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Fast lane, if at all possible. A lot of these incidents are targeting vehicles, the vast majority of them are vehicles in the fast lane. So the fast lane is the left, in the direction you're going, it's the lane closest to the left. So avoid the fast lane, the left lane, especially during hours of darkness. Be aware of the route that you're using. If you can avoid 35 right now, and you have an option, take another option. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying not to drive on 35, but if you have other options, don't be afraid to use it. Spread the word to your loved ones. Educate your family, your friends, your neighbors, and visitors to the threat that this person is posing. This is a deadly threat, and I think it's really important for us. I know that we're telling our own officers and our own families and our friends and neighbors and relatives to avoid using the left lane, to make sure that they're situationally aware, looking around them, looking for people that are engaging in some type of suspicious behavior. If you become a victim, please, please, please stop right away and call 911. The quicker that we get information, the quicker that we can make sure that the units we have deployed working on this incident can dragnet areas, importantly, look for that suspect. I can tell you that one of the things that we're doing as a result of transferring this investigation to the Organized Crime Division, not only are they being tasked with being the primary and sole investigative unit in these cases, they're also being tasked with being the first responders to incidents, because we want to have consistency in terms of the way and manner and methods in which we're investigating each individual incident, and we want to make sure that we're consistent in the information that we are obtaining. So we're going to have individuals from Organized Crime Division that will be absolutely not just working the investigation, but will be the primary response team to each and every incident. If you become a victim, do not touch the rock, do not touch the evidence, do not touch anything that may have been touched by that rock. Leave it alone, because as you can imagine, we're looking for all kinds of evidence, including DNA evidence. So please do not touch anything. Wait till law enforcement gets there and process the scene. Try to know the time and exact location. Try to make note of that if you become a victim. Where were you? Exact location you were at, and the time. That is critical information that we would like to know. If you have information, this is a 24-hour tip line that we will have officers, investigators that will be answering. If you have information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons responsible for these attacks, it is 512-974. That's 974-7999. I want to assure this community that the Austin Police Department and the men and women of this department are as frustrated as everyone else that lives, works, and visits here. We are frustrated because we have a coward or cowards amongst us that are trying to kill members of this community. We're not going to rest till we get that person or individuals and work with them. The future in terms of injuries or death, even though somebody will die eventually if this individual continues, and will continue. I can tell you for certain that we will catch this person. It's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. Again, I want to thank folks for the tips. Remember, they can also be provided by downloading APD's mobile app, Austin PD, for free on your iPhone or your Android. And before I turn this over to questions, somebody out there knows something. Somebody out there knows something. No bit of information is too that's out of the ordinary, that is suspicious, or behavior or comments or anything. Don't simply just ignore it. Trust your gut. You know, we've all been created with that little instinct that we have inside of us that warns us, that tells us something's not right here. There's a, you know, when you think about your gut instincts, they usually serve us well. So this is a case, in an instance, where we want the community to trust their gut. Right. If something seems out of place, don't just dismiss it. Call the Austin Police Department. Call our tip line at 512-974-7999. And so with that, I'm going to throw it over to you all for questions. But again, really, really want to thank the media for staying on top of it, keeping our feet to the fire, holding our feet to the fire. It's important that by holding our feet to the fire and covering it, what you're doing is making people aware, and I think ultimately we're going to save lives. But remember, stay out of that fast lane. Use an alternate route if you can. Be aware. This is not a time when you're using these freeways. Actually, it's never a time to be distracted. You should be focusing on what's around you, looking, checking your mirrors. You know, this individual may make a mistake. That rock, that projectile, that deadly object, which is nothing more than a missile, out and doesn't realize that somebody's watching. Pay attention. If we all pay attention, we stay focused. Justice. So with that one, again, thank Commander Deaton and his lieutenants and his team for taking on this challenge. We are confident that we're going to capture this person or persons. Go ahead.
Chief, by moving it to organized crime, does that speak at all to how you think these crimes are happening, whether it's more than one person, whether it's an organized effort, whether they're changing their MO at all?
Well, I can tell you that by moving to organized crime, what that speaks to is that how seriously we're taking it. You know, we've had some great detectives working on this incident, on these incidents. They've done a lot of work, but they've got a huge caseload and a lot of other issues. This is the #1 priority for the Austin Police Department. I mean, we talked about it with our command staff today. Our #1 priority is to catch this individual, because we're talking about life-altering injuries, and we're talking about death. We want to catch this person before they kill somebody, because somebody's going to die. Somebody will die. And I'm convinced that this person's trying to kill somebody.
Chief, you said there was 2 reasons you moved it to organized crime. You said one was because it had 1 unit, but what's the other reason?
The other reason is that we want fresh eyes. We want fresh eyes, and we want a unit that's going to have the ability to bring resources to bear and really focus with a singular focus on on these series of cases. And so with those fresh eyes and the new capabilities that they have, where they're really, organized crime doesn't do any routine investigations. All their investigations are complex, they're multi-layered, multifaceted, and what they're going to bring to bear on this case is a multifaceted capabilities, which we believe is going to end in some good results. What we've been doing has not worked. And if it's not working, we've got to shake things up and we've got to try a different approach. And I'm convinced, I'm telling you, we're going to catch you. We're going to catch you. Yes?
Is the department working with UT Police at all to possibly look into maybe if this could be a hazing sort of situation?
We are working with all of our partners, and UT PD is one of the partners we're working with. But I'm not telling you that we don't have any reason to believe it's some hazing situation. This is not juvenile behavior. This is criminal, deadly conduct. And I don't believe personally that this is some hazing thing. I believe this is a sick individual that enjoys hearing about his or her exploits on television, and I'm just telling that individual, we are going to catch you. And when we catch you, I will not sleep until you go to prison. As far as I'm concerned, they can rot in prison because they're putting lives at risk. They're trying to kill somebody. There's no ifs or buts about it.
How closely related is the decision to move the investigation to organized crime with the arrest of the individual last week who was caught trying to throw a rock?
There's no.
Are you guys in the middle of doing that anyway?
No, there is no relation to that. We have been assessing these cases on a regular basis. We've been working as an organization diligently. And one of my frustrations, I think that folks think we haven't been working on this. We have leveraged all kinds of things on this case, and it's time to move it to another division with a new focus, with a new set of eyes. We've got a lot of data, we've got a lot of information, we've got a lot that we're going through. We're looking for a needle in a haystack, and we will find that needle. We will find that needle. Yes, sir.
You said on Friday that you didn't think that individual was responsible for all the cases. Is that, can we take that as a...
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the same.
Does that mean there's copycat acts going on?
When you have these kind of business going on, there's always the potential for copycats, but we're going to but we are convinced that the vast majority of them are the same individual or individuals, and that's what we're focusing on. That guy the other day we're almost 100% confident that that's not our person. In fact, if you recall, after we made the arrest, what happened that same morning.
Any idea how many copycat incidents there have been, any differences between this one person or group and then some other?
I can tell you that, you know, rock throwing happens on freeways all over the country on a regular basis. The series of incidents we have here, we can be confident this person is anywhere from 80 to 90 incidents.
And so you say individual?
Or individuals. I've been saying both. We don't know.
Could the man arrested on Friday have been part of a group that you're looking for?
We don't think so.
What's the tally right now? Do you know?
We're close. We're fast approaching 100. 100 cases.
Obviously, it's hard to do because where this is happening is so expansive with other stuff, but there has been talk about, and people are wondering why can't we put up any type of netting or barrier or something of that nature to help? Can you address that?
Well, I can tell you that we're not an engineering department, and we're not a roadway department. My focus right now as a police department is absolutely to catch this person. We're going to focus on what we can control, and that is the investigation, and that is the resources we're bringing to bear. And I can tell you that we are not going to rest till we get them. The thing about the netting is that if you put netting in one place, guess what this person is going to do? Go somewhere else. What we need to do is catch this person. In this community, in partnership with this police department, there's a reason we're one of the safest big cities, if not arguably the safest big city in the nation. It's because this police department is an excellent police department that has an outstanding relationship with the community it serves, collaboratively to keep our community safe. This is the city. We are Austinite. We don't tolerate people trying to kill us. And I'm telling this community that there's a call for action, not to take the law into your own hands. We don't want vigilantes, but to partner with us, be our eyes and ears, be aware, stay focused, keep a singular focus as a community to look out. This is the busiest freeway, right, in the state of Texas, and one of the busiest freeways in the United States. More people and goods travel through the 35 corridor than just about any other freeway in the United States. That means that there are a lot of people out there that are seeing things and with the potential to see something. The reason we want you to be looking through, using your mirrors, looking around, being inquisitive, right, as you're driving, is because we know that sooner or later, somebody will make a mistake, somebody will see something, somebody may have already seen something, know something, be aware of something, and they haven't come forward. And so we're calling, this is a call for action. I've called our organized crime division. They've been tasked and challenged with this call for action. And together, we're hoping that the community, we're calling them to come forward and join us. So with that, I'm going to cut it there, and I appreciate you all being here. Rot Rally is this weekend. We will be deployed heavily, as always. You know that a couple years ago, we had the stuff up in up north here in Waco. We don't anticipate any issues, but to our motorcyclists that are coming into town, it's really important. You are already very susceptible on a motorcycle to dangers, whether it's inattentive drivers, reckless drivers, drunk drivers. Our motorcyclists are coming into town. Please, 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 and I will tweet this, and we will tweet it to our Rot Rally attendees. Welcome to Austin, but realize that there are some challenges going on right now. Please, motorcycle riders and clubs like to ride in groups, 20, 30, 40 deep, and they ride in formation, and they usually like to be in the fast lane. This is not the year you want to be in the fast lane, because I can imagine if one of you gets hit and you goes down, and then at 70 miles an hour, 34 motorcycles going down and people getting seriously injured. For our Rot Rally attendees and our motorcycles, please be aware of what's going on. So again, TxDOT, real shout out to them. As a really big thank you, using those changeable message signs, CMS signs, to warn people that may not be aware that there is a challenge here in Austin. And so this weekend we'll be out in force for the Rot Rally, and I want to welcome them, but I want to especially make it is a challenging time, and we want them to be especially aware of the threat. Okay, thank you.